So the first topic I'm going to talk about is that there was a Furiosa trailer that came out a couple of days ago. Now I can't wait for this movie. I love the character in Mad Max Fury Road. I love the first two Mad Max movies. I did enjoy Dome, the third one, even though it got a little goofy with the kids and that part of the story feeling like it was basically the Peter Pan story. But it's still a fun movie. And like I said, I enjoyed Mad Max Fury Road. So I was really just excited for this movie based on the fact that I love the Furiosa character in that movie. I think there's a lot of backstory you could really explore with that character. And I think Ellen Taylor Joy, I think she's a fantastic choice to play a younger version of that character from Mad Max Fury Road. She's a great actress. Everything I've seen her in, she's always fantastic. And I could see her just be playing that younger version and become this badass character that you see in that movie. And I gotta say, for this trailer, I thought this trailer was fantastic. It feels like it pulls you right back into that world of Mad Max. And I think Chris Hemsworth looks great in the show too. Like I'm really excited to see him in this movie because it looks like a different role he hasn't played before. And I'm just a fan of Chris Hemsworth, so I think he's a great actor. And overall, like I said, this trailer just was fantastic. The story looks really good. I love the fact we're gonna like explore just more the Furiosa character and her backstory. I definitely think I'm thinking the movie's probably gonna end with her meeting up with Max from the Tom Hardy version from the Mad Max Fury Road movie. I think it's gonna end with the beginning of that movie, probably. But I think, like I said, I think this was a great first trailer for this movie. I definitely can't wait for Furiosa. The next thing I want to talk about is Godzilla X Kong: New Empire. They put out a trailer for this. And let me say this. I am a fan of the MonsterVerse movies. I love the 2014 film. I enjoyed Godzilla King of the Monsters, Kong Skull Island, and I thought Godzilla was kind of fun. And when it comes to this trailer, I'm not gonna lie. This looks like a fun time at the movies. I mean, I also think this feels like this franchise is like has been heading not completely like heading in a direction I don't completely love. Where, like for example, the shot in the trailer with Godzilla and Khan, and that looks really cool seeing them team up. And you knew they were going to team up after the Godzilla vs Khan movie. But one of the things I really loved about the 2014 Godzilla film is that when Godzilla moved around, he moved slow and he had weight, and just the way it was filmed in that movie felt like he had scope to carry the Godzilla. Same thing I love about Godzilla minus one. It felt like you had like Godzilla had weight in that movie. And when you see him just kind of like running with Khan at the end of at the end of the new Godzilla X Khan New Empire trailer, that shot it looks cool, but also like okay, Godzilla never moved that quick in the past movies, and that's the thing about this franchise. Is kind of like I feel like, especially after coming off of Godzilla minus one and going back to this version. And look, there's gonna be different versions, obviously, of Godzilla and Khan. But going back to this version was kind of more over the top and ridiculous. Is like it looks fun, but at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of I haven't loved really any of the movies in this franchise outside of the 2014 film. That's because I just felt like in the 2014 film, like I felt invested in Bryan Cranston's character, and I haven't felt invested in the plot with any of the human characters in these movies since that movie. I'm actually really loving the show, Legacy of Monsters. I think that to me, like that is I think that's a great show, and I actually really love the characters in that show. And look, there's some cool things definitely in this trailer. Like the Godzilla, I love the shot of Godzilla in the crystal state where it's evolving into that form you see in the trailer where it's all pink. And its glass is like pink instead of blue, like in the previous movie. So I like that idea Godzilla like evolves into a new form. I love the shot of seeing more of the Hollow Earth because I think the best part of Godzilla vs Kong was honestly the fight scenes, and it kind of gave Kong a story in that movie. And I love just how it looks to Hollow Earth in the movie. So overall, I think this trailer was just fun. I mean, I don't. When it came to seeing some of the human characters from past movies, I didn't really care to see them. I mean, a girl in Godzilla vs Khan, that was nice towards Khan. She's the only kid I would say I thought was decent in that movie. But I just didn't really care. Like, I didn't really care much for seeing the other human characters. And this movie kind of feels like it's heading the way that the past three movies have been, which is that Pie's gonna have a lot of fun acting. It's probably gonna be the best part of the movie. And look, I hope this movie. I hope maybe this ends up being a movie where I really do care about the human characters, or the characters ain't been back. Maybe they'll make them more interesting this time around. But I feel like this is gonna end up being how I felt about Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Beyond. Where it's just like I didn't really care for much of the human characters or the plot. So overall, I thought this was again. I didn't think this was a fantastic trailer. Now it's definitely got me interested. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it looks fun. So did this make me more interested in the movie? Yeah, it did. But I'm also kind of like going back to this type of monster, these versions of Godzilla and everything. Where it's more about kind of the over the top action and I don't know, coming off of Godzilla minus one and how they started out with the MonsterVerse and watching Legacy of the Monsters. I don't really find myself into as much as like the over the top action and like I said, I love seeing Godzilla fight and monsters fighting each other. So again, this is I think this is a fun trailer. It's just I wasn't blown away by this trailer. The next thing I want to talk about is Tim Burton put out a photo of him in the room from the end of Beetlejuice where production was wrapped. And I really love this photo. He's like sitting in the chair. And it's the room at the end of Beetlejuice where Beetlejuice is in that room with all these freaky looking characters. And he's like in line. He has a ticket. And he tricks one, and he gets one of them to look at them dressed and takes their ticket. And you see this voodoo thing like sprinkle some stuff on his head. And you see Beetlejuice's head shrinking. But I thought this was a cool shot of seeing Tim Burton in that room because it really just been back memories of the original Beetlejuice movie. And as someone who loves the original Beetlejuice movie, it just like it's just cool seeing like Tim Burton just sit in that chair in that room that you remember from that movie. And again, I'm just really excited for the Beetlejuice sequel now. I hope this is one of those sequels to an older movie that actually has a compelling story. Like one is I think Top Gun Maverick did a great job was it had a great story and just did a great job of like doing a sequel that was decades later but had a compelling reason why. So I hope this is one of those like better sequels to an older movie. Because like I said, I love the original Beetlejuice movie. I love the set photos I've seen from the movie, but it's just exciting to hear that they're about production because it means it's that much closer to when we can see the Beetlejuice sequel. Like I said, I can't wait for Beetlejuice still. The last thing is that the news that Oppenheimer has sold out on 4K and Blu-ray. I love hearing this because as somebody who's a physical medium person who loves physical medium, now I don't think this means physical medium isn't dying now. I think it's going to get to a point where physical medium is going to be more of a niche than where it's going to be more in like dip shops and kind of like the odd and end shops, not like the big ones. But I just think this is great news that he has a few million bills, especially to a movie Oppenheimer, which I think is one of the best movies this year. It might be my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. Like I would have to like go back and rewatch some of his other movies to say that for sure, but it's definitely one of his best movies. And if you haven't seen it, check out Oppenheimer. But I'm just glad that a movie that did so well critically and financially in theaters that people will buy in Blu-ray and 4Ks like crazy. It's in my opinion, it's always great news when I hear physical when a movie has sold out physically because it means there are all people out there that still love physical mediums. So I think this is great news as a physical medium fan. So that's all the movie news today. Until next time, movie fans.